I sit up straight though. One of the people.
I'm sitting up too.
My favorite was one time I was sitting at this big table. It was a chocolate dinner. It was a nice conference we went to. We're all sitting around, and I'm like this because I can sit up tall and I had a mom that we did that to your back and he didn't sit up straight. This guy sitting next to me is just, I mean, it was like, and finally he looks at me and he's looking at his chair and he's looking at my chair and I went, and he looks at me and goes, "How tall are you?" That's all, 5'10". He goes, "This is not making any sense." He stood up. He wanted me to stand up next to him. And he sits down and I said, "Well, you're not sitting up straight."
That's funny.
Yeah, I got horse spots.
I think
My people do actually.
It probably is. Maybe that,
It's one thing I don't mind, it still does. I'm still happy.
We're live. Okay. We're going to call the meeting to order of the Redevelopment Commission. So, first of all, we'll have the roll call.
Okay, Mayor Grant,
Present.
Cindy Mason,
Here.
Kaylee Carnahan, Chris Gaylor, Tim Kemple,
Present.
Sharon Nagel.
Present.
I'm here, and Jeff Crane is not here. Okay.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Everybody's received the minutes from the last meeting. Have you had a chance to look at them yet?
Yep.
Okay.
I'll make the motion.
I'll second it.
A motion's been made to approve. It's been made and seconded to approve the Redevelopment Commission meetings of September the 8th, 2025. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye. Opposed? Okay, so that's done. Old business. Joanne, do you have anything to add or bring up with anything?
I don't have anything to add to that. I did print off the current year-to-date revenue and current year-to-date expenses. I know that's something that we've talked about in the past. We
Okay.
won't receive our next revenue until the property tax settlement at the end of November, 1st of December. But I do have that information. Right now, or well, as of October 3rd, our ending balance or our current fund balance is $434,552.74. And then our total expenditures year to date is $146,434. And that included the purchase of one cable lane.
Okay.
He said it one more time. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, which one?
136.
146,434 is the total expenditures year to date. And that did include the purchase of one cable lane, and that was $98,945.83. And I can give this to you, Cindy, so you can have this
Okay.
for your records.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you.
And when you get a chance, can you sign the minutes for me?
Yes, yes. Under old business, the last time we were talking about cable lane and an update and discussion regarding the development and determining the process to request proposals. And I have not, Tim had made a motion to send, a motion was made and seconded and approved to send RFPs out to developers concerning cable lane 1. And we also talked about talking to HWC, or I guess Kyle did, in creating a bid template. I don't think we're ready for a bid template, and I did call HWC and I talked to Ben Dispennett, who used to be the developer for Warren County, and explained to him what we wanted to do and what would be the best usage up there, both for getting the best developer for what area that we want to put in there, and which is more high-end patio condos, patio homes. Do we want either or a combination? And so I'm explaining that to him. He says, I don't know that you're really ready for the RFP because you don't know for sure what you want to do. And I said, we want somebody to help us with that. And he said, you can do an RFI, an RFQ, and an RFP. And he says, I'll get back with you, Cindy, but I can help you. And since that's his game,
He's a good candidate for that.
I trust him. He's local.
One of the things I did, Cindy, and I emailed you and
Yes,
and the
yes,
mayor,
yes.
and I brought copies for everybody.
Okay,
And this is just a rough RFP. It's a template that a lot of places use, but
Thank
I
you.
think this would give us a good base to work off of. If we want to change things, how many, the picture on there of the outlay of it is just something I kind of thought, just my 2 cents, spin it how you want. But I thought it'd be a good platform for us to start with, kind of give everybody an idea. And since I was on the roll and we've talked about it on Perry Street at 200, to keep that in the front burner. If you can pass this around, this is an RFP for the 200 block.
I appreciate your labels.
Oh, the street names?
Yeah.
can't make this public. Please don't make those
No.
public.
3 years in second grade art class kind of paid off for me a little bit. But this is just something I put together for the committee to look at, because that's what something will look like on our RFP and how we want to change it. Nothing's written in concrete, but just, we've been talking about this is kind of what we want and so forth. And just like on the Cable Lane, someone says patio homes, well, one person might think this or think that, and that's why I kind of included the pictures in them.
Well, but and I think it's great that you took the time to do this, Tim. Thank you. Thank you very much. I think at this point, I think it would be helpful to have probably maybe more of an RFI and maybe even an RFQ, combine those two together to see what do they think would work best out there. And I'm thinking for their money, I'm thinking in my head, probably the patio condos would probably be more economically the way that they would want to go to get the bigger bang for their buck. But does it make sense to have, I just want to see what they come up with.
Yeah.
What kind of lot size do they think is important? Do they think it'd be more sense to do the patio condos? Do they think it's more sense to do the patio homes? Do they think that we want to maybe, have patio condos over here and then work up to patio homes right on the golf course? I think those are things that we want to get from the developer and take their expertise in that. I also talked with, but I think, yes, it's good to have an idea of what the actual format would look like. So thank you. Thank you for that. I called Jeff Curtis and said, we're looking about doing this development that's going to be butting up to the golf course. And I want you to be involved in that at some point, because I want to make it flow with what you're going to do with your development up on the golf course.
Yep.
And he said, I appreciate that. He said, I don't think I need to be involved right now, but I would like to see what you're coming up. Because I said, I want it to be compatible with that. We want nice homes in this Cable One. And we're especially stepping off of Gulf Ridge Road too, where they just flow.
And if you look at other developments like the Ravines and Coyote Crossing, the Ravines it's out in the middle of no place, but they have very nice homes around by the golf course.
But hopefully, Ben will get back with an idea of saying, I think you're ready to do this. This is the stage that you guys need to be concentrating on, and then we can move forward.
Did he say when he'd get back to you?
He said soon.
Cindy, I think one advantage to doing that is whether it be up there or even the 200 block downtown, we've talked a little bit about that too, but I think that it would be nice to get the developers' input on what they think they can make work and what
Exactly.
their return on their investment is. The city is not going to dump a bunch of money into the 200 block and building buildings there or anything like that. So the developer is going to have to be able to envision what they can build there and make money off of and what they think is going to fly. And they probably know that better than we do.
When is it? I'm trying to remember the timing. When can we build on that?
I think we're down to about 2 years
Years.
now. I don't have an exact date, but it's been a good time already. So I think we're down to about 2 years, which in the
It's
scheme of
timely.
things isn't very much by the time you get a developer and get them on the hook and get drawings and actually start breaking ground. So I don't think we're premature at all.
Because one of the developers that was actually looking at the grade school, I took him out there to Cable Lane and kind of mentioned to him about patio homes, and that's kind of where I got that 12 from. Showed him that, also showed him downtown that one of the obstacles it's going to be difficult for us is for somebody to put in even a small retail. I mean, you're talking a big capital investment, and you're talking return on investment for them is going to be 7-10 years. And a lot of them, they don't want to do that. They want it quicker. So, but that's just something we can overcome. I mean,
Well, I think the same thing, I think we get ideas of what's gonna
Yep.
fly there, because we are not Lafayette, we're not Indianapolis. What's gonna work best for the size of our community, what's gonna look best with what our community already looks like, and to accentuate the good parts. And we're not a cookie cutter. You cannot take what works in Carmel and bring it to Attica. It's not, when they kept trying to tell me to give people that I used to serve bus passes, I said, I'm telling you, we don't have buses. We have a transportation issue, but your bus passes aren't going to work here. So I think that same type of approach, and I'm thinking within the next couple of weeks, Sharon, of hearing from Ben, because I'll call him back and just say, hey, where are you on this? And you want to share what you've got together here?
well, this here on the redevelopment of, this here was the redevelopment of 200 block.
Well, I was-
Oh, this one here is on the on the RFI, and then this one, there's two for Cable Lane. One that has the pictures, and then I broke it down this way.
Okay. And I just want to say, just to clarify, we are the Economic Redevelopment Commission. We are not Attica Economic Development.
Okay.
We are Attica Redevelopment Commission. So we need to keep those two, because they're two
Yep.
different groups working for the same purpose. But we're two distinct organizations or groups. Okay, does that help any with where we are and where we want to go?
Yeah, for sure.
I do have an update on the safety survey on 28. They are looking to start that possibly in November, but more likely it's going to be in January. Purdue's going to be doing that. Submit that in for them to evaluate 28 to the east of town. Couple of reasons. One, speed limit due to the increase of traffic, pedestrian and automotive. Because the last time that was done was like 9 years ago. And since we have Taco Bell out there, gonna have AutoZone, got the church, Tractor Supply. So
I did put an official request into NDOT to do a traffic study on dropping the speed limit out there coming into town, at least bumping it out to,
You stole my thunder there. I better
So
mention that.
moving the 40 farther out.
Yeah, drop it, basically be down with the safety study is they're gonna look at what changes, they'll make recommendations to the state of what changes to make in the aspect of pedestrian, because there is no sidewalks and there isn't slowly getting to be an increase of foot traffic out there.
Great to have a bike path.
Well, that was the other thing, similar to what they did up in Lafayette at, on 28 there, when you're coming out of town, so I'll let everybody know. We're probably looking after the first year, but
Okay, good.
they're moving along, so.
Thank you.
Since Larry brought up, I was going to mention that the city put a request in the DOT. They mentioned that.
I haven't heard back from them. It's been a little over a month ago, and I got on their website and looked at they give you a number,
Right.
and there hasn't been any activity on it since I put in the request, other than thank you for putting in the request.
It's a start.
Shepherd's Landing is moving ahead, and we've been given a timeline of when things should be happening. And Heidi and Tom Pittman have both been involved in this. They were beginning preparing the draft of a plan, deliver of notice by Thursday, October the 23rd, delivering a notice of the December 8th public meeting to the Fountain County Neighbor for publication on the 30th. And this is basically things that the Economic Development Commission, the Redevelopment Commission, the Planning Commission, and the Common Council are all involved in. This is for Shepherd's Landing. And so I don't know who's sending all those notices, or,
I thought the last one I got was from Heidi, but
yeah, I mean, yes, she's sending the notices out to us, but I don't know who's sending them to the newspaper
I
and,
mean, I believe Tom Pittman is driving all of that.
okay,
At least I know he has in the past.
right.
And he's the one that drafted the schedule. I have not gotten a response back regarding our question and the Economic Development Council and who sets those meetings and how that's done. You were on the response from Heidi, weren't you, or was it just to me? Just that
No,
she was gonna reach out to Tom
Yeah,
to get that, to clarify that.
yeah. Do you know, Larry, is there any more money in the Ready, or maybe Sharon, you know, too, through the grapevine?
Well, the Ready, Ready
Ready one,
they're getting Ready 2 money. Shepherd's Landing is getting Ready 2 money.
they're getting Ready 2
yeah,
money.
remember the.
Because we
one
switched
thing,
them.
we
Switched
the
them,
county.
Right, I remember.
Yeah, and they're everything's happening in that area.
Okay, okay.
Unfortunately, it just takes a lot of time.
It just does.
Well, I know that the developer submit the evidence of city commitment to the project for purposes of the Ready Fund application. And I don't know if that's something new or if that's something that's already been done, because it's been drug out for so long.
Well, I know, like, we had the director had to submit letters of public match and private match, and that's
Mhm.
something they're having to upload for that EDC to see. And I know when it comes to the downtown project, that we've done the public letter. I know Kim met with you to get that, and that was easy because the money's been spent. It's easily quantified. It's the private match that's a little more complicated at this point. We're still waiting on the workforce development, that money, the workforce housing, excuse me. Is it, I never remember.
Crestline.
Thank you. I was gonna say Crestline, I knew that's not right. the Crest Line, we gotta get a letter from them, and then whoever is gonna develop the elementary, we have to get a letter from them. Those are two things that are pending for us to have. Now, on the part that goes to Shepherd's Landing, I'm not 100% aware what they have to submit, but my guess
Well,
is
it
they're
says-
showing private match big time because.
Well,
that's-
yeah, they are.
Yeah.
But it says that the developer, and I don't know who's gonna be qualifying as a developer, if that'll be Harrison, since they're the overall developer, or the actual developer of the,
It's more like
Builder.
Harrison.
I think it is gonna be
Harrison.
Harrison's, because they're
So-
actually a developer,
Right.
they're just hiring a builder. And it
Right.
could be several different builders.
right. So I'm sure that Rob's on top of that.
Yes.
So these meetings are coming, we're supposed to have a meeting. It says December the 8th. Is that,
That would be the one that Bill Glass.
Oh, that's the December council meeting.
it's
Leslie,
a redevelopment commission meeting. There's a public meeting at 3, the redevelopment commission meeting at 5, the planning commission meeting at 5:30, and then the council meeting at 6. So that's our regular meeting day in December, and we'll be discussing all of that, passing it through.
I thought at some point in time that, and I don't have it in front of me, but wasn't the development commission, which is the 3-person board, they were supposed to meet as well?
Yes, they're
Yes.
supposed to be meeting before then.
Yeah,
We're just we're waiting to hear back from Tom Pittman on the chain of who schedules that and what that process is to get that meeting set up.
Because that would be Leslie, Bill
Bill
Glass.
and Kelly Carlson.
And that's gotta get probably published, it's a public meeting.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, it said, publication in the Fountain County Neighbor of December 8th, public meeting. So the public meeting, so we have to have that at a public meeting, which is the same day as all the other ones. And then, yeah. So we know in 2 months, we're definitely going to be moving on that. My whole question was whether or not Cable Lane, if that needed to be declared a TIF district before we move forward. Plus, does Shepherd's Landing need to be declared a TIF district before they go after bonds for a TIF project?
Is that the intention always to be a TIF district in both
Yes.
places?
Yes, just because of the
Resident, yeah, residential
Residential
TIF.
TIF, yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
So I'm just thinking if,
Who would know that answer?
Pittman. Because that was brought up back in
a couple months ago,
March, February or March,
Mhm.
when we discussed that.
When you beat it into my
What?
brain and once they issue bonds, then the clock starts on the actual district.
yeah, and that's why we were gonna put like phase 1 in one district, and
Right.
phase 2 in another.
So
And
separate
that way
TIFs.
the clock doesn't start
Start
on
on
the
all
whole
of it.
project.
but I'm just saying, if you want to get a bond for a TIF,
You've got to have a TIF district.
don't you have to have a TIF
Right.
district?
Yeah, I think
Yeah.
you do. And
But
so
a
that's why
separate-
we would just do phase 1 now.
Well, we need to be doing that, though.
Yeah.
That needs to be,
But I think they're aware of that, but I don't know what the timeline is.
okay,
So that's a question to ask. Pittman then.
Okay.
Sounds like.
Mhm.
Because, yeah, we
Cindy?
discussed
Let's
that
do it
back
based on
in,
parcels.
back in spring, and that was the whole discussion, phase 1 and then phase 2.
I think there's 29 parcels, and they can give them the specific parcel numbers. And I think that the boys have already done that, have sent that information to Tom, that these are the parcels for TIF 1, for phase 1. Yeah,
So somebody maybe just needs to ride Tom to make sure it's happening.
I'll
And then a Cable Lane, I mean, would be all one TIF, right? You wouldn't separate that out?
I-
They
So
have to
7
be
acres.
connected. I think wouldn't it be 2 different TIF?
Oh, they're 2 different
Yeah.
TIFs altogether.
Yeah.
Yeah, but I think that's gonna be one parcel in of itself.
Well,
You don't need to have those broken down. It's that whole parcel is gonna be.
The 7 acres.
So I mean, that, we could move ahead with that,
Right.
which I think we should do.
Yeah.
Get it done, get her done. Okay, I will call Tom tomorrow. If I have to go down and see him,
What's the name of the, do you remember the name of the other attorney? Was it Adam something that was
that worked with him.
Yeah, remember, Tom
do.
was out, he was covering for him because he came to one of our meetings.
Right,
And I bet I have his contact information too, so,
okay.
His name was
Maybe-
Stillwell.
Sturwell,
yeah,
Sturwall.
Is
yeah,
his first name Greg?
maybe. I'm really bad with names.
Well, it's a fellow state rep. I mean, that's why.
Uh,
But
and I
he's
was
an
thinking
attorney.
it was
But he's an
Adam.
attorney.
well,
But
maybe it,
Plainfield area. That's where he lives.
this gentleman works for Barnes and Thornburg.
That's just so funny.
Maybe
Funny connection.
I'm wrong. Maybe I've heard that name
He's
somewhere.
he's not the only Stillwell in the world. It's just,
Okay. Okay, so that is the two areas that I know that we're working on. And that's where we are right now, so. Any other new business or business that you want to bring up and share?
I just want to commend the Heritage Festival and the celebration of our 250-year of Attica. I mean, that was just wonderful. I mean, to see that down there, it's like how it used to be, you know, to go down there and see. And from talking to Kelly and John, they're gonna have more vendors next year. And, you know, with the canal thing, that was just, it was a good thing. So
I think so too.
appreciate everybody that worked on it. I mean, John and these guys back here on the, getting those banners up and the signs, I think that helped a lot. So I just wanted to say that.
I found it very interesting that when I was looking at development and redevelopment and what people use redevelopment money for, one of the things was for when communities when they rent the art sculptures and bring them in, they rent those for a year, lease them out, and they are funded by redevelopment money. And I just thought that was interesting. I mean, I understand that that's an amenity that you want to build on, and it's something that attracts and keeps people. But I just wanted to share that it's not always sewers that get funded.
things you can't see.
Yes. Sometimes it's a little bit is used for that. So I just thought that was interesting. I just wanted to share. Okay, our next meeting then is scheduled for
November 10th.
November 10th.
At least that's what I put on my notes. That doesn't mean it's right. Yes, November 10th.
Okay. And we'll meet at 5.
I have a Wiga meeting at 5:30, so I will probably need to be at that meeting because we got a lot going on.
This is gonna be quick, can't it, Cindy?
We should be done.
Well, I've got
Yeah,
to
but
be
it's
in.
not here.
It's not here.
Oh.
That would be great if it was
Yeah.
here. I could do it. It's in Petersburg, so I could be here
Oh.
for 15 minutes and then I'd have to leave. That's what I'm telling you.
Well,
Only
we
because
have,
I'm the treasurer and
We need to be
we're
there.
we're in construction right now. So
Right.
You
you
want
be
to bump
there.
this meeting up to 4 or something?
Well, we've got
Well,
the
they've got
planning
other
commission.
meetings before this.
Oh,
Well,
forgot
I
about
mean,
that.
Yeah,
pop in and pop out.
okay.
We probably could do it at 4:30.
I don't know, they seem to take their whole hour, at least they have.
I'm on it. They talk.
Just keep me posted. I'll be here for
Okay.
a few minutes and then go.
And that may be enough. And if we don't have anything really pertinent before the December 8th meeting,
Right,
then
but maybe an update on
We just,
the information you found from Tim or Ben
Ben.
or
yeah.
Tom.
Yeah, that's some.
Okay. Okay, we'll keep it short then. Anything from the crowd. Jimmy?
No, I'm good. You guys did a great job.
Okay, if there's nothing else, then we will adjourn this meeting.
I make the motion.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Aye. Thank you. Thank you, everybody.
Super, thank you.
Oh.